that matter to you, whether you're talking about your business or your family. So if you can't outsource what you're doing at work, what can you outsource in your home life? So if you have kids, can they play with each other? So you can, have the older kids step in and help you out. My daughter is 11 and she just started watching her little brother for me because I haven't found somebody trustworthy enough to hire, because my son doesn't talk much. So I worry about leaving him with just anybody and him not being able to communicate to me that something has gone wrong. But being at home with the two of them, even though I can't leave the house, I still have like more concentrated work time and I still feel better because I'm nearby and she can always come get me and she needs me. And it is a process. So you don't have to be like, okay, don't talk to me for 3 hours. You can start with like 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and kind of see how everybody does before you just jump all in. And also what I've found helpful is to kind of think about all the things that you have to do and think about how much each thing needs from you. So if you're doing something for your business that's going to require your full attention versus something that you can kind of come back to, like say you're putting together something that you're going to sell, it's okay if you start and then stop and then start and then stop. But I think you need to be honest with yourself about what it is that you're doing and how much of your attention is required when you try to figure out what would be helpful to you in terms of actually making it happen. Like, does that make sense?
All right, thank you very much. Let me just translate so that we move together with the women. Yes. Okay, so when we're Patricia, business in your business, then a business of a twin sister. So a child engele bena bali for asanga kwata business chala bangu kirazani baina ba boss kunchitu kaingana kwata business ifingi twachitawa kontrola wemwe then now kwata omuntu boss nako batukira afika pano 8 hours tukira wine kana 19 hours. There are things for that much the control, so tubasanga tibashite business bena so bena balera ndati child very important which to realize that if you also wenga chitawe muntu wekai then Fueba nakashazi mother's name tumeshatwa kwa turafwati to making sure that you feel wino uichishani tetionzo kwa tuinga chitain. So to further realize that because to balance for why you phone the folks tani finger ni fisa mwachita line up jonzo phone pia nachita ni okay, because the phone pia nachita ni bana na nganga for so that you fish sideneka. So club at the more abana barafwari billions ari pape mami but mufira mwa making sure at bimbi alesanga kona bana nkwaranga na bana nko tamurina because mufira mwa making sure at abana bali ama wakwaire mpia bakitenshi kyonse protect mukumanishe mweka kwakati mwa stress na Palestine. So it's important that abana mwa baleka na ngwati barangala reka then mwa sange nshira yako bati mwafirishiwa because yes. Thank you.
So something else that I just thought of is when you first get help, like let's say you said, okay, my older daughter or my neighbor can watch the kids, whether that means they can watch so you can do something for yourself or you can do something for your business. This is actually something that I've found myself struggling with. My son literally started school just a couple months ago. And the first few days I spent just thinking to myself, what do I do with myself? Because I wasn't used to having that time just for me. So if you anticipate that you're going to have that kind of time, whether it's for you or for your business, it wouldn't hurt to stop and think, well, what do I want to do for myself? Do I want to read? Do I want to take a nap? Do I want to talk to somebody who I think might be a good partner for my business? So that whenever you have the time to kind of focus on yourself or on your business, you don't spend most of that time trying to figure out what you should be doing. And you can actually spend that time doing something that's going to either make you feel better or move your business forward.
All right, thank you. So, Valena, that's the Monga Mwasanga Tabantu Bamia Kurisha Coin. Kaba mo wafulunga ko so wali bere nsanga wabuka ule pikadi so watch the but ngo wasanga ati kuli omuntu akoba takitagire pinto fo kitakola waba confused. For example ati beno mwana wa mwana omwaume nishwa mkoiro tuwakula mwana ko bali amboku like so sister lipo mwana na change so chikanga chako bati mwa plan 9. Okay, so masimpe nga bamusenda kuma 12 hours nshabena masimpe na change kuma 12 hours shira kwirisha ko bati mune mubinga mune apantanshi because limo kabiri syafulunga nebintu fo mu kitali onse kyapusana so mufuyire mwenshi oh okay so ngana nanda tsirera nchara ko ku market don't samula ku market but mwatwala ku Messi asanga ku market na change para Messi tali ku market mwafako mwara kisha ku fintu fo winga kita mwebene nimokula tatu okay since dero sinshire sanga ku market Messi kunanga na kusaruni bandike ko tumishishi ona nande ampentisha ko tumane ozona ndeya nchite follow up balaba nkongole balaba kukola ona ntanda ile ko ba family nanje ko kuchechi kuchitenzo ati tamuleba confused then mwalibero kuchitefi. Thank you.
Okay, so then another thing when it comes to kind of balancing life and family and work and all that stuff is trying to figure out how you're going to make business decisions that are good for your family, right? Because it can be when it comes to money, like if you have extra money, you're like, okay, what can I do with this money that's going to bring me to a better place, or my business to a better place, or my family to a better place, or time, like how I gained time when my son started going to school. And I think a lot of it comes down to what will make the biggest difference for you right now. So if you suddenly have more time or money and there was something that you wanted to try for your business, like, oh, I want to sell this new product, or, oh, I want to buy more products so I can try to sell to more people, then it all depends on how it's going to pay off for you and what's going to bring the best thing for you, even if it doesn't always. I lost my train of thought there. Hold on. I was up late with my son all night, so I'm still a little bit out of it. But I think it's about making the choice of what will bring the most rewards, even if like, okay, well, I could spend this money on the business, but my family needs this more right now. It's a balancing act like anything else. And it's okay to weigh the good and the bad of both. And it's okay if sometimes your family has to come first, and it's okay if sometimes the business has to come first. Like there's no right answer. It's all what makes sense for you and your family and your business in the moment. And that might change. Like today, your family's important. Next week, your business is important. It's okay for one to take precedence over the other. You just have to make sure that it basically stays, like you can't always be paying attention to your business. You can't always be paying attention to your family, and you can't forget yourself in the equation, because none of this works without you. So it's just a matter of constantly taking the time to stop and think, does what I'm doing still make sense? Does this still serve everybody the best? And it's okay to do what feels right in the moment, and it's okay to change your mind later, because sometimes things change and the right thing to do also changes, and that's okay.
All right, thank you. So, but then that's the McClavati to talk Pangamo decision, eh? So, since we're in family balance to balance everything, business in a family, the McClavati quite was saying over and that in the Lama share business they show, right? So, meaning you can't start your business, man, kushireka. Number one situation ya mo, ayakobati chakulisha sana. For example, the kuri chiriro mufire mwe contribute na impia ya mukosho ushe mwana ikala kuche kabiri impia business na mwana kwa ati mubike. So balanda ti kulingana na situation yo mwasango mwana tuingala ngati impia business dimokola ba wakwato kulolekesha ichiri chikwetepo sana makanichisa, especially family ngaire the families in it chama mwafunye mpya shiria mwabikapo nimbini bana nkani bibi ba inchito yalipo ni ba sister benu tabakwete panga ndefu ya kulya balipo kwatante mu munganda so mwafunye pa business mwabapera then tiyonza ati family yakula ba first Nimo business iti aba first. For example, ndi abana bali kwa kuya ku park. Park mkwanga ku park bali pia 100 kwacha. Simwana ndatao shindia shashani. She business ku we mwamona ushe ichiri po important sana na no kankara chikwete chashani. Ngataka bati panga teti manda tintesha business panga ndabalari sana. Nangu mwana nalwala mwakolo kumutara ku hospital because ibesha business. Basi mwana kale kwa mkwangala nangu alipo kwa mkwangala papa timwanda tabamtesha business. Thank you.
Okay, so the other thing in terms of money is how, if you get, say, extra profits, how to put it back into your business, right? And to me, one of the things that's helped a lot with both bringing in more clients and also making my life easier is partnering with people who can help spread the word about me and paying them when people buy. And I know some people are like, but doesn't that mean I would lose out on the money? But it's like marketing costs money, right? So, and the people that are referred to me are more likely to buy. So I'm okay losing out on some of the profits because they did the hard work of bringing somebody to me who already wants to buy. So if there are certain things like that that you could implement in your business, like partnering with somebody, even if it means they take some of the sales, or telling people, hey, if you bring this many people to my shop, then I'll give you a discount. Like having people spread the word for you might cost you money, but in the long run, they're bringing you people who wouldn't have otherwise bought. So it's things like that that you need to look into, that sometimes you have to put out a little bit, but in the long run, you end up making money you wouldn't have had anyway. So think about how you can use partnerships with other people to kind of get the word out, even if it means you have to take a hit on the profit side, because in the long run, once you've gained a customer, they can keep coming back and you can keep making more money from the same person. So even though you have to put money first, it's just like anything else. It's an investment in your business. But I've found that one of the best marketing tools is people who say, hey, she's awesome, you should go hire her. So it's more than worth it to me to pay them with to show my appreciation by paying them partial fees whenever that person ends up signing up with my business.
All right, thank you. So but then that's the take advantage of the partner na bantu the monga mle chef into seko yenna ichepaini basi ngama sanja wale manda chama spice abane longa bali pa spice timwabera bachitako shani bachitako na bene ina la bebe bali abananisi imbira ngwaba kwa banangu mwasanga chibakastoma bafuna mondo kuba tinamwe omuntu ushitali muri seko yenu right? So nangwa tishakuba timureli pirapo empia ya paying people, it will come back because mwala shaping then mwaikala temweka mwanda kaza afubaka shitiko fikashtika tifia ikale nchitaitali then tamlepanga ma profits ama manti yare amlepo amalento simulipire mashani chabana shanshani. It's better mwaiba abantu babomba kwaze marketing too and abantu abengi baisa mwashiti shaping. Thank you.
So the other thing that I was thinking about that I wanted to make sure to share is that as a mom and as an entrepreneur, I think it's easy to get lost in everything that you have to do and kind of lose track of who you are. Like I don't think it would be surprising to know that that's a thing that a lot of mom entrepreneurs struggle with. And honestly, I think it's worth the time to stop and think about how you can fit more of yourself into your life, because no matter how busy you are, again, if you're not taking care of yourself, this whole thing falls apart. So if you don't have anything that you like to do for yourself, it might be worth the time to try to think about the things that you used to enjoy and if you would enjoy doing those things again, or if there was something you always wanted to do but haven't had the time for, that now's as good a time as any. Because sometimes when I find that I'm overwhelmed with work and with home and being a mom, that the best thing I can do for myself is to kind of step back, take some time for myself, and then come back, and all of a sudden my brain works again. So I think it's really worth taking the time to find something that's just for you, and make sure that you always have time for that, even if it's 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, because it will make you feel more like yourself and like you are a part of the bigger picture instead of constantly doing everything just for everybody else.
Okay, thank you. So February ndashanda bashoko first time atirimo okutulabako especially kama women nga ukwa wapata n'abaana yiwe numbala life yobeina mu picture nchiyafuma mwe klafe kushabana n'abalya kushabashina n'abasamba kushabashina n'abafwala nga wakumagezi nikabelti achakwasya abana yomwire kwaera bakulenda n'ekitenge kyatulika so balenda ati ekyo kyali bayi kyangu kaini kozi umutima wakwana mayi wali bwanakirira kola fati wabika abantu pantanshi babindi ba family ba buruobe like the family bakuli ba bobe abana bobe n'abanani wayila bako so kyali bafye it's easy because bana kashitula twadinakirira ini but it's important chakoba twayibushati naine ndi muntu aini nainenda kwaya ukukwata ko time alone nailolekeshapo nemunine because if anything kyonsenga syapona panshe chilengati twalubaini tuyalanda teni chirumbula infwa kunya abana bako n'abalume bako era nomba washara life yobyala bashani life wale living n'abana wale living n'abana nkani amfa mwalimu pastor pa Facebook haini abakati wawo bafwa n'omwana wabafwa so nombanga tabakwete life yabwe filipe kwati bali preaching abaitashye chabo chakwade sanga charishani nabena kudafuna bena via depression. So wow that we care so much about people around us, our children, our family. It's important as women to ilore kisapukebenaini why bukuchaka tushowa ekara wamwe ushana mafishinde kwae nafunyamo first mwana wanzi nafunyamo abandi n'abandi nafunyamo na family yanzi pano wanzi kwenye muneneka ine business nchitande kwa ekatike pesa obushenda kwa business ine for a long time ndakwanga from finde maybe ndakwanga sende ko certificate maybe ndakwanga kwatikwa kanshi why kushawe mwine it's important chirafu chino kwa kuje kusamkushamsani mukutondoka nabana abantu ama family abana n'abandi miti bakopa kuno kwepesa pantanshinga wale kwa tokutondonganya palobe weka no kushita share ofore ko kuyapandashiti bakwata abakwa kwepitika fingaini chari very important why do shawe mwine okay ne pano ponti Missionary for Oxten, Bushofuna for Stofon Chilindesta. Bushe people from the Foxton, we are not changed for cutting up Mapacha son as so. Thank you.
So I was just thinking about something else. I literally thought about it while you were talking to them. I was reading this book about how to create more time in your life. And I think that a lot of the things that they suggested would work in terms of like running a business and running a home. But I think one of the most important things that I've found that was very helpful to me is called choosing a highlight for your day. And basically what that means is choosing one thing for your day that you want to get done. And if you do that one thing, then you're like, okay, my day was a success. And also it helps because you don't have to tell yourself, I didn't get a million things done today. It doesn't matter. You said you would get your one thing done today. And if you did that, then it's success. And I think it's very helpful whether you're talking about it in terms of running your home or spending time with your children or doing something for yourself or your business, because I think oftentimes we write these long to-do lists or try to focus on a million things at one time, and then they never get done. And all you do is sit there and feel bad about it, just like, I should have gotten more done. But part of the problem is that you were trying to get so much done, you couldn't get anything done. So if you choose one thing, like I'm going to buy some product today, or I'm going to spend an hour outside with my kids today, like choose one thing for you, your family, or business, and make that be your focus of the day. And then that way, no matter what happens, you're like, I got my one thing done today. And that's something to celebrate.
All right, thank you. So that you create time for yourself. Democracy about serious to do this. Per Monday for the United States, per Tuesday for the United States, per Thursday for the United States, per Friday for the United States. Nothing I ask a day or more. Okay, per Monday and Latin for the United States. You want to Nishi, you've completed what you were supposed to do. Barandati ukufala okushya ebintu evingi pamukumu palasita wakitepo kiri kyonse bwino kyolandati ukwire wasala ekintu kimo so kusala ekintu kimo kirafwa ko wati mwakwanisa okushya ebintu vingi nga mwabikeko muvire nakitetirikeno okisopa manje nkakitako epatide nkakitako tuze nga yafuka mwakonkana maero kirafwirishe kwati mwambukula kita atena magoze kintu mrefu okushita zani mrefu mwabuka perero okendefa sele kuyazi okendipande hapa market mpasi mwasaba yazi tamula pusho tamula ora nekisoso mwafa mwayoku mwakumanya bana ntene bana tsipishani mwayoku palasi mwasanga ngati tapaino complex sapati mudife bize so ukati mkwati okukwata time yingi okushita create time palweni mufuye mwachita mwasala okondefa okusanifisa pamande nkachitenshi pashani mbeke shoti mwafichita na nebintu byose byakulaenda bwino. Thank you.
So the other thing is that I've started writing stuff down because I've found that when the day goes by quickly, you look at their day and think, I didn't do anything today. But sometimes that's just not true. So on the days when you feel like the day has been wasted, sometimes it's worth taking 5 minutes to think about what you actually got done, because as a mom, odds are you did not do nothing. You did not do nothing all day. But I think it's easy to get caught up in the day to day and be like, so nothing happened today, and be like, no, that's definitely not true. And even if you got stuff done, it was not the stuff that you wanted, then that would be the time to think about, okay, well, tomorrow, what is the one thing I want to focus on tomorrow? And what can I do today to make it easier for whatever it is that I want to get done tomorrow, and be realistic about it. Like I told myself I was going to get up early this morning to wash laundry. And then last night, I was like, that's probably not going to happen. So I did it last night. So it's all about being honest with yourself and, what you have going on, and trying to figure out how you can make things easier on yourself. Because I know that sometimes we struggle with feeling like it has to be hard to count, and that's not true. So whatever you can do to make your lives a little easier and your business a little bit easier will end up being better for everybody.
Thank you. So that's very important to kulembe finto for stretch time. The most important thing in the day apart the part of one but it's not stepping to finger. So ngana ukilemba kula bawamunati na stretch and chira kwilisha ko muntu wamfa bwino kumutime kosta pale muntu wamfa bwino ko bata ni mwanti dino fonchitire. But I was able to do this. I was stepping at Stenefi, na chop my order, okay, na chia monabana and cane, na chia perfume quete, na chia says, oh, okay, me chitako my uncle Concanyapo, at least you know where to start from. Thank you.
I think that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay, thank you. So, but I try to provide a program PFP Nebusha, I question by family balance. So, I'm supposed to go to my family, so I got my business. So, I am a problem facing and the medicine and Christian. A person actually works station. So, to my question, or too much the Marundapo, or much the share for much the balance.
Market benomutandala mwanjira beke yakosa
Ati
market irabe yakosa bemutandala aushu yakosa
bemutandala baburu
phone advice kushaka pakuonyesha kwa shani ngafenga mali ro hospital ero mamwe Olungani kunganda tabali mko wino face nde ambuga no telefoni mwatu machani kwino kwapwa hata ulipo mimi nitawashikisha vya ndoroka.
Okay, so It's what can I say? It's a contribution, a complaint slash. So they're saying they don't have questions, but the thought is that rather the contribution is that especially them that sell at the market, they are saying it's really hard to get help because most of the time what happens if you leave someone to sell for you, they won't sell compared to the way you sell. Maybe they
Yeah.
won't pay attention to customers. So it's hard to them in such a way that they can't visit their family, the other distant relative. Mostly what they do is they just use phone calls because they don't want to risk the fact of leaving their business in someone's hands and not sell at all. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I completely understand that, right? Because especially when the person also has to deal with their own stuff, that you're always like, they're not going to give as much as I would because they're more thinking about their bottom line than mine. So that is tricky. And I think my thoughts on that would be to try to figure out where else you can make room so you can spend more time selling, right? Because you have to figure out where you can give so you can have more. And unfortunately, I don't have an easy answer for that. I mean, I understand what they're saying. That is a challenging thing, but I mean, short of finding somebody, even if it takes a little bit more effort, somebody who gets something out of it so that they would sell better for you. So, like somebody who's not selling for themselves, but would only focus on selling your stuff. And you tell them if you sell a certain amount, then I'll give you a certain amount, then that might motivate them to do it for you. But I just think that it would be more motivating for somebody who doesn't have to juggle the two things to try to make the sales for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, Balalanda, from the land of Yachinga, but for Bengalanda, the local dance or Benga Pelafia Quebachan, but for Benganda Fiaquebati, Mufuleto Sanga time for the 9. Kwebati much stuff creates time. Now I could study Mokaba, doesn't the there one day. So now for Bennett to the band, maybe they should not go to work, push it like a family, but got them a problem, they were at work. So tumwalanda vyazawe ide yalero nchile bombana la isala mwelo mwesa well after one day na kumwatandra kunanga 2 minutes presence yali important sinamuonikira okimbi instead of kwayo mundu akwatina kwatofwale takaidi muntu ena isha prioritize ne ine mwise mkusende kuno kuyendera nda kusparking the interpret mwe amusha pananikana ishaposa kwa mani. But ngamwanje bati okay na kwera kuna nguni 20 kwa changa washalapa no motivated kainishi there's something I'm getting out of it. So chiro kwapo muntu kutuafua ule tuafua padi free. It's better to amstako motivated. Nangu bashala ba mishtisha kwa banani kale mwanisha bwana tokera sendani ko tomato e mwana lika komnani kale. Next time mukanda manani kale shayen ko pate babaka kane wacha kumana ni bana mpera ko tomato. So kitu twasange nshiro ya kusoma create time uneshira ya kusoma motivate abantu abali twafwa.
Okay, then munonga mwasha partnership ndaba police. Mwasha partnership no muntu mwa chitekera. Yo namuna chitanguka. Mwasha partnership no muntu balisho abasi romfana na business kwa chitabonzi. So kupera na chance wa biro muno chance. Ero na la chitakwe. Nyamuka kwa yako somewhere. Ngamu partnership yali bako is not to work. So better one better for something which understand.
Yeah. So Evelyn's contribution is that the other thing that can help us is to form a partnership in our business. It's helpful because you get to share responsibilities. In the time when you need to be with your family, you can tell your partner to remain, and so because it's a thing for all, you're all benefiting. It's your business, so anyone can take time off, and the other one remains working.
Yeah. And honestly, where it comes in handy that I work with my twin sister because, if I have something going on, she can pick up the slack and vice versa. And honestly, I was like, I don't know how people who do this by themselves do it because there's like, otherwise, when something happens, like you said, that's it. It's just you. So yes, that's actually one way to kind of be able to get more out of your business is if you can find somebody to trustworthy to partner with that, like you said, you guys can take turns seeing your families and taking turns going to the market and all that stuff. Or even you split it based on your strengths. I'm better at selling, I'm better at doing the other stuff. So you guys can bring whatever skills you have to the table and make the most of it. And it works out for everybody involved.
All right, thanks. Vana ntapine mwalandira chishinga navena chavukati vabombera pamwe na twin sister vavo so that at least vale yafwana ero kabiri ndimopekola vati uyu muntu akwete strength umuyu akwete strength edyumu so nga mulebombera pamuchiranguka kuchiraweka. Thank you. No more questions? Contributions? Thank you. There are no more questions or contributions. Barbara, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. Okay. All right. So I guess we can go ahead and take our group photo.
Group picture.
Okay, please smile. Yes, I got it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Patricia.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you again next month.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.